How to prevent an asthma attack. Asthma is a condition where your lung tubules inflame and produce mucus in response to certain triggers: fibers, smoke, dust, pet dander, perfume, detergent, etc., viral infections, or the presence of pathogens in your system. In an asthma attack, a person coughs and wheezes violently. When untreated, difficulty breathing and death can occur. Every year, thousands of asthma attack victims flock to emergency rooms and hospitals for immediate medical attention. But in fact, asthma attacks can be avoided through planning and practicing an asthma-free lifestyle. Realistically, asthma attacks cannot be fully avoided, but by learning how to prevent an asthma attack, one can considerably minimize the number of attacks and prevent dire consequences should an attack occur. Most content themselves when having bronchial dilator sprays ready in hand in case of an attack, but actually one can take more concrete steps to lessen attacks on a long-term basis. Here are some steps you can follow to avoid asthma attacks. 1. Faithfully medicate. It sounds too obvious to give the advice of regularly taking your asthma medicine, but most people actually take their medicine for granted, especially if they do not have symptoms. This only worsens your condition and props you up for worse consequences in the event of an attack. So take your medicine faithfully, even without symptoms. It is better to be safe than sorry. 2. Avoid triggers. Attacks occur when triggered by some allergen. Be conscious of your triggers, as they can differ from person to person. Avoid them at all costs. In the case of children, parents must check the environments their children spend long periods of time in and make sure they are not exposed to any triggers. They also make their home asthma-free. 3. Quit smoking. Smoking weakens your lungs and triggers asthma. Asthmatic people should not smoke or be around smokers. 4. Wash hands. A considerable percentage of bacteria that can trigger an attack are transmitted through the hands, so make it a habit to wash hands, especially before eating. 5. Take a flu shot. Getting a cold or flu will open you up to a series of asthma attacks and may even lead to respiratory infections. Having a flu is bad enough for most people. For asthmatics, it is even worse. So make sure to get a flu shot regularly to avoid contracting the influenza virus and endangering your health. 6. Exercise. Again, this advice seems too simple and common, but it works. Exercising strengthens your lungs and makes you less susceptible to attacks. Exercise regularly and pair this with a good diet to minimize asthma attacks. 7. Have an asthma attack plan. Again, asthma attacks cannot be avoided completely, but they can be minimized. One then needs to be prepared for the eventuality of an attack. Come up with a plan and be prepared. Be ready with your inhaler to avoid life-threatening situations. When you feel the onset of symptoms, practice pursed-lipped breathing. Breathe slowly through your nose without opening your mouth, and exhale twice as long as it took to inhale. Do not hold your breath in between inhalation and exhalation.